Great morning. You guys come on in, come on in, come on in. Listen, it's cold, honey. My husband was talking about why you got that sweatshirt on, why you got that hoodie on, because it's cold, okay?
I need my shot before I leave.
Okay, let me get you your shot. Y'all come on in, come on in. Gotta pour him up his shot of alive. Head bump. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Here. Wait a minute, pull the sleeve back. Drink it and give me my cup back. All right, good job. Brooke, you want a shot? Great morning, Evelyn. Hey, Stacy. Brooke, you want a shot?
No, Brooke ready to go.
Okay. I want my shot. Y'all listen. My hubby and the girls are gone to get me a honey butter chicken biscuit from Whataburger. But listen, I done shook up the alive. I done poured up the alive. Y'all go on and share. And now I'm getting ready to drink up the alive. Before I drink it up, I'm going to go ahead and go in here and share. Because your girl is not gone to bed. Yeah, I've not gone to bed. I've been up all night. And I'm not done. And I'm not done. That's what I said. I'm not done. So let me share this. Let me share. Share to my story. Share in Messenger. Hey, Jackie. All right. Hey, woman of God, how are you? Y'all come on in, come on in. Let me share to these groups. All right. Okay. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Hey, Pastor. Yes, Lord. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Corey, how you doing, gorgeous? Jackie. Hey, woman of God. Hey, Stacy. All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is. I shook up my life. I poured up my life. And now I'm ready to drink up my life. Listen, here's the toast. I want to make a toast. I want to make a toast to allowing God to do a work in you. Allowing God to do a work in you. Cheers. Oh my God, that's so good. So good, so good. Hey, Christina. So listen. Angel number 111. Now, y'all know angel number 111 always deals with creating. It always deals with creating. It's the angel's way of letting you know that this is a season of creation. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read angel number 111 to you because I really want you all to understand that when God gives me these words, baby, he going to confirm it every single time. Angel number 111 encourages individuals to seek guidance from their guardian angels to achieve their life's purpose and make a positive impact on the world. It signifies confidence within yourself and motivates your own strength and decision-making when opportunities are sent your way. It recommends seizing opportunities like going on a blind date or planning a special dinner for someone, embracing the unknown with confidence. Man, hold on. It symbolizes the possibilities of success and the potential for progress in your life. Look, it is time. It serves as a catalyst for personal growth and spiritual fulfillment. And what is the word today? Lord, make me over. Look, because I'm going to tell y'all something. Many of us have been in a place where there's a place that God is trying to take us, but we can't get there like we are right now. We can't get there with the confidence that we got right now. We can't get there with the attitude that we got right now. We can't get there with the revelation that we got right now. Listen, God is trying to make you over so that you can get to what it is that he already has established for you. It's already there. It's already got your name on it. It's waiting for you. Listen, it's waiting for you. It's waiting for you to get to where it is because it's already positioned. God already has it there, but he's waiting for you to catch up. Lord, make me over. Make me over. God, anything that's in me that is not representative of you, God, deal with that thing in me. And this is why I tell y'all, look, when I tell y'all that when you're going through a season like this, and this is a season of transformation, it's a season of change, it's a season where God is really doing a work inside of you. When you go through a season like this, you need to have some scriptures that you hold on to. Y'all know the one that I hold on to. He who began a good work in me is faithful and just to bring it to completion until the coming of Christ Jesus. Baby, and I personalize it. He who began a good work in me, is faithful and just to bring it to completion until the coming of Christ Jesus. God gonna do what he said he was gonna do as it relates to me because he started a good work in me and he's gonna finish it. He's gonna finish it. You got to know that God gonna finish what he started. That's why he's the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. The word of God says that he is the author and the finisher of our faith. He's not only is the one that wrote out our faith, but he's going to finish our faith. He's the completion of our faith. Because we need a makeover. We need a makeover. We need God to make us over. Now, some people might have problems saying that because they may feel like they're supposed to already be everything that they're supposed to be. If you still have breath in your body, God is not done with you. And it's arrogant of you to think that he's done with you because you've had some success, because you're doing pretty good. Like, even if you're doing good, even if you're doing very good, he's still not done with you. As long as you still have breath in your body, God is still yet working on us. Lord, make me over. The song says, make me over again. Make me over, God. Make me over. God, I know that I am not who I need to be in you. And I'm not talking about, listen, because I want y'all to get this out of y'all's heads because y'all be stuck on sin, right? And I'm not saying just go out here and sin and be willy-nilly and do whatever you want to do or do whatever you think you're big and bad enough to do. But I'm saying we focus so much on sin in the church that we don't know how to live without our emphasis being on sin. How about we shift our focus and focus on loving God so much that we just want to please him? Now our focus is not, oh, I just don't want to sin. Our focus is, I just want to please God. Not because I'm afraid that he's going to leave me or I'm afraid that I'm going to lose my salvation. Not because of that, but because I love him. Because I love God, I want to please him. Do I always get it all right? I don't. But am I going to stay stuck there? I'm not. I'm going to keep moving, keep going, keep allowing him to make me over. So check this out. I put a post up about my grandbabies. And my grandbabies are something else. They're 2 and 3. This is the girls. So I got a set of girls that are 2 and 3, a set of boys that are 1 and 3. And then I've got my oldest grandson who is 12, right? These are the ones that came from my biological children, okay? I have other grandchildren, but I'm talking about these particular groups of grandkids because they're the ones that I've been able to spend time with. So check this out. So I've got the girls, and one of the things that I notice about them, I'm telling you, God is showing me a lot through them. So yesterday we went to church. Now, they don't go to church a lot. Their mama don't go to church a lot. And she used to go to church a whole lot, right? When she was younger, she had to be in the church. She got sick of the church, okay? She watched how people did me. She began to fall away, not from God, but from the church, right? So the girls were at church, and Maddie, the baby girl, the 2-year-old, is a worshiper. Oh, that girl gonna sing, she gonna dance, she gonna move, she gonna do all of that because that's who she is. That's how she's wired, right? And Brooklyn is just going to get into everything because she wants to know and she wants to explore. You call her Dora the Explorer because that's what she does. She explores everything. She sees something, she doesn't know what it is. She wants to open it up. She wants to figure out how it works. Well, what is this for? How do you use this? Now, she's not asking all these questions, but that's how she lives her life. So we're at church, and listen, we have not had 2 small children around us all day and all night. All day and all night. The angels are watching over. Listen, so we haven't had that. So we have to adjust to it. But baby, them girls got so much energy. I need every drop of my life to be able to keep up with them during the day. Okay. So they move and they going. It's offering time. I give them money to put in the offering, right? So they got to take the money up there. I said, go with granddaddy so they can take their money up there and put it in the offering. See, I want to begin instilling them some things, right? You give an you go to church, you give an offering, right? Put something in the plate, okay? So they put their money in the plate, and then Madison hears the drums. She's very musical. Remember, I told you that is my worshiper. She's very musical. So she goes, y'all heard her singing happy birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to you. She gonna sing it, and she gonna do runs and all that. So she goes over, and the drummer gives her one of the sticks. So she's got the stick, and she's hitting the drum, and she's on beat. She ain't just hitting it, she's on beat, right? Now, this is her first time walking into church. She'd never been in the church before. This is her first time in Panama City. She hadn't been around these people. These are new people. She don't know the drummer. She just saw the drummer, and he was on the drums, and he was doing something that she wanted to do. So she went over there, and she assumed that she was going to be able to get the stick. And not just one stick, because after she got one and she was beating with one stick, she said, I need the other stick. He was like, well, I can't give you that one. I can't give you that one. But she was like, because I need both sticks because I don't know if I like your beat. But she was over there, and so she had the one stick and she was beating. Never did it enter her mind that she wouldn't get those sticks. Wasn't even a thought. She didn't feel like, oh, I need to be scared to ask. Can I get the stick? I need to be scared to go over there. No, that girl took off. She ran over there and stuck her hand out. And because she's so cute, he handed her the stick. Now, this is where it begins, right? Handed her the stick. She's over there. She's beating, and she's on beat. No one was going to stop them from their exploration. Baby, when I tell you we had to reach out and grab, reach out and touch, reach back and pull, we had to sit them down. They standing up. We put them right here. They standing up. They want the fan. They fanning. Listen, they had no doubt that at no point did they say, oh, I can't do this because I don't know these people. Y'all know how we do. I can't say that because I don't know these people. I can't prophesy because I don't know these people. I can't sing my song because I don't know these people. See, we get caught up in who we know and who we don't know. These kids are not caring about knowing nobody. They know that they can walk into any place and they're supposed to get what they want. That's how they operate. I'm supposed to have this. You're supposed to do this for me, right? So I told y'all yesterday that I'm spoiled, right? Well, listen. There are things I expect. I expect some things to happen. Yesterday, Pastor Deloach was talking about the difference between arrogance and confidence. He said, you're supposed to be confident. God made us. We're supposed to have confidence. We're supposed to walk. You're supposed to be like, I look good. I look fly. I look good. Come on, somebody. Touch my swag. Wish you would. Because I look fly. I look good. Come on, dust your shoulder off. Listen, you ought to be in a place where you're so confident of God in you that you can go anywhere and stand, and having done all else, continue to stand. You need to have a spirit of expectation. A spirit of expectation. Listen, I'm for real. Like, them girls was like, they ran to church. Huh? It's a good thing it was Youth Sunday. But if it hadn't been Youth Sunday, it could have been any Sunday, and they still would have operated exactly like they did. Thank you, Pastor. I got that from you. Okay, I got that from you. So listen. What does this have to do with Lord, make me over? Y'all ready? The first place he's got to make you over is in understanding your identity. You don't know who you are. You're hesitant. And I know sometimes my husband be like, well, you just be doing stuff. You don't ask permission. No, I don't. Listen, I'll ask for forgiveness if I'm out of order. But listen, and I don't want y'all to think that I'm disrespectful in worship service. I'm not disrespectful in worship service. If I have a prophetic word, Pastor will tell you, I'm going to say, Pastor, is it okay if I release the word that the Lord has given me? I'm going to have order like that, but I'm going to let him know the Lord has given me a word. I might raise my hand. It might be up for a minute, but I'm going to raise my hand. I'm going to ask the question. All he can say is yay or nay. That's it. That's it. That's all. And either way, I'm good, because once I have initiated and asked for permission to release the word, there's no blood on my hands because I asked. If the leadership of the house does not want the word released, or they say no, that ain't on me, that's on them. See, they got to answer to God about that, because I'm not coming to do this of my own accord. I'm just doing what God said. The kids, they don't know. They don't, listen, they believe that they're invincible. They believe they can do whatever they see done. They believe that it's possible. Yesterday, Saturday, I think it was. Saturday, my husband had taken them to Cash's soccer game. And they had gone to Chick-fil-A afterwards, and they went to the one with the playground. Well, the people in there got nervous because he went to get a bag, and in the short time that he went to get the bag, Maddie done climbed all the way to the top. She at the very top. Little bitty Maddie, short leg, 2-year-old Maddie, all the way at the top, confidently. Confidently. He had to get her down because she was at the top. Fearlessly. Got home. They got out of the car. She got out of the car. My husband had a little ladder, a little 2-step ladder, and it was a tree above. So she climbs up on the ladder, reaching up to the tree, trying to climb up in the tree. And had every confidence that she could do it. Now, she couldn't reach the tree. If she could have reached that tree, I promise you that little girl would have been trying to climb all up in the tree. Okay? She climbed on the furniture. She climbed on the back of the chair, climb on the arm, climb on the back, and then she want to jump off. She's not scared. We deposit fear in children because we have fear. We deposit fear in children because somebody put fear in us. See, my fear is different. My fear is a little different. So I have boldness in some areas, but I've got fear in other areas, right? I have boldness in some areas. There's some things that I'm going to do. Like I'm going to do it. I'm going to shoot my shot. I'm going to do what I'm going to do it, right? But there's other things where there's some fear. Can we be real? So when I say, Lord, make me over, I mean, Lord, I need you to take the fear from me. God, I need you to help me identify where I have sources of fear, identify what the source of the fear is. And then, God, I need you to help me get rid of this fear. How do I get rid of it? I change my mind. It is by the renewing of my mind, because you have what you say. Knock, and the door should be open. Ask, and it should be given. Like, listen, ask, knock, open. Ask, open. Ask him, he'll give it to you. Knock, and the door shall be open. Seek, and you shall find. Our problem is that somewhere along our journey, somebody told us, you can't do that. You can't do that. Sit down. You can't do that. Be quiet. You can't do that. That's why I try to be careful. And so parenting or grandparenting for me becomes challenging, because I know what we do to our kids. I know we deposit fear in them. So my husband tells me, don't look at Maddie. Just don't look. She'll be all right. If she falls, she'll be all right. Now, listen, I got used to that with my boys. Like the boys, oh yeah, boys, oh, jump, fall, roll, tuck, do all of that. But them girls, I'm not there yet. You can call me sexist, you can call me whatever you want to, but I'm not there yet with them girls, because listen, honey, you too cute to have a bunch of scars on your face and stuff. Girl, no, we don't want no scars. Okay, we don't want your head split open and you got to have stitches, and now you got a mark to always remind you of the time when you were 2 years old and you jumped off the back of the chair. And I ain't got time to fight your mom and your dad. Okay, so I'm trying to protect me and you. But the girls is different. It hits different. Girls are to be protected. So I go into protective mode, right? But the truth of the matter is, those two girls are bolder than all the boys in our family combined. Oh, they ain't scared of nothing. Do you hear me? Especially not Madison. Madison, Normandy, Rain, Washington. Baby, she gonna climb and she gonna jump. And she gonna jump confidently. And if she falls, she gonna fall. If she hit her head, she gonna hit her head. She gonna get back up again. Unlike us. God, we need you to make us over again. Restore in us that fearlessness, that confidence, God, that you've got us no matter what it is, so that when we jump with confidence. So that when we speak with confidence. People are sometimes offended by me. They're offended by my presence. They're offended by my voice. They're offended by my boldness. They're offended by it, because you should not be like that. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I've always been like this my entire life. When I was a little girl, I was like this. When I was a little girl, I was like this. I remember my aunt telling the story about my uncle. He had come to see her. You know, they were sitting on the porch, and I came and I scooted her right on over and got in the middle. Park the Red Sea, because I'm going to sit down. At this, what? It's a problem? I know it ain't no problem, because I'm supposed to be right here. So in school, I would say stuff. I would ask questions. They would call me rebellious. They would call me disrespectful. And I was never like just disrespectful, but I'm going to ask a question. I'm asking. What? I can't ask a question? I'm just asking a question, right? So it's no wonder that my kids are the way they are, especially this younger batch, because they didn't get whoopings like the older ones. The older ones, I was like, give me your chest. Them younger ones, I didn't. I was doing different parenting. So they want to ask questions. And I got to teach them to balance it. Teach them how to balance it. But people who meet them will tell you, I have some of the most respectful kids, but they will ask a question. If they feel they are being disrespected, they'll take so much, and then they're gonna probably ask some questions. They're not gonna get too out of pocket, but they're gonna probably ask some questions. They'll ask a question, and it's gonna make grown folks think about what they're doing. Okay, because it ain't gonna be no dumb question, because their mama's a psychologist. So They've been learning about psychology all of their life. They know reverse psychology. They know what that is. I got to the point where I couldn't use it on them no more. Mama, don't be trying to use reverse psychology on us. So I had to reverse the reverse psychology in order to get them to do what I wanted them to do. So I had to use reverse psychology. And then they trying to figure out, is this reverse psychology? Is this reverse psychology? I'm not sure what she's doing right now, but I know she's doing something. So even if I wasn't doing anything, they felt like I was doing something. But they just are confident. There's some things you can't tell them. Like, you can't tell them that they can't do something. They're going to be like, who said it? I'm grateful that I deposited that level of confidence in them, right? I want them to know that you can do whatever you set your mind to. You know, the only limits that you experience are those that you place on yourself. So why am I teaching them this, but then I'm placing limits on me? Because I need God to make me over. Because sometimes life happens and you lose sight of some of the things that you've done. Sometimes I forget. Like, I feel like I've lived like 5 or 6 lives, right? So sometimes I forget all of the things that I've done. I forget all of the ways that I've paved the way for other people. I forget that, you know, I was the first African-American captain of the Flag Corps my junior year in high school. And I was the first junior to get it, the first African-American to get it, right? I forget that I was the first African-American female to graduate with a PhD from our department. Did I finish before Pat? I'm trying to think, because we were right there together. She started well before I did, but I came in and did what I had to do. Like, I finished my dissertation defense in 20 minutes. Unheard of. Like, who does that? I had very minimal corrections to make to my dissertation. You know, I forget that I was the first African-American female faculty member at the University of Nebraska, first African-American faculty member at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in their communication department. I forget that stuff. I forget some of the battles that I fought. I forget some of the ways that I've ministered to students, the ways that I've spoken into their lives. So God said this week that he was going to remind me of some things. So one of my former students said, Dr. V, you remember how at the end of the school year, you would always have you would speak into everybody's life. You would prophesy over everybody, and people would bring their friends, and there would be about 100 people in the classroom because you would go through and prophesy to every single person about their life, even if they didn't understand what it was. Like, everybody was coming because they was like, oh, you got to come to the class because I don't know if I was Dr. Duncan or if I was Dr. Wall. I don't know what my name was. That's why I'm just Dr. V now, right? But they were like, you got to come and hear her. I remember as she and I were talking, I thought about another student, a student who came to me and she said that she was a lesbian. I was shocked because she was writing something and I read it. I said, well, wait a minute. Is she a lesbian? Because I'm not getting that. I'm not feeling that in this. That's not who she is, right? Listen, and I don't go around trying to tell people who and what they are. But this young lady, I remember having a conversation with her, and very respectfully, because I believe in respecting people and not just, you know, mistreating people or talking to them crazy. I said, baby, this is a phase for you. I said, you're going to be married and you're going to have children. And so yesterday, after I talked to my other former student, I sent her a message and said, I just wanted to let you know that I was thinking about you, and I was talking to somebody and I was talking about you, and I'm just so proud of you. Now, listen to me. I'm not proud because she's no longer gay. That's not why I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her because she has taken a journey to discover who she is for herself, that she has built a life that she is happy with, that she has built a family that she loves. Listen to me. I need y'all to hear me, because some of y'all will take this and you'll take it out of context. And some of y'all will be mad at me because I don't say, oh, she going to hell because she gay. I'm not getting ready to say that. This is what I'm going to say. Everybody has to take this journey, because you don't know what people have gone through that puts them in a mindset or in a place where they find themselves responding certain ways. And so we get so judgmental that we don't give God space to work in people's life, whether they continue to be gay or whether they are straight. Like, listen, I'm more concerned, and I want y'all to hear me, and y'all can say what you want to about me because I do not care. I'm more concerned that they develop a relationship with God. Because when you have a personal relationship with God, anything in your life that he wants to change, he'll let you know. Because if he doesn't do the change, it's not going to last. If you do the change because you feel like this is how you gotta be, or this is how people expect you to be, this is who you're supposed to be, but it's not who you are. It's not who you are when the lights go off. It's not who you are when you're not in church. Change doesn't last because it's not real change. It is fake. It is a facade. And I know that people say, well, you just need to fake it until you make it. And you can do that, or you can get deep into God and allow God to change anything in you that he needs to change, and he will make you over again. I don't say everybody who's gay is going to change, because everybody's not. There's some people that God has shown me on the other side. There's some people, and they don't even like it when I say it, but I know what God showed me. It's not my job to make it happen. It's not my job to judge them. It's not my job to do anything but love them right where they are right now, and let God make them over however he wants to make them over, because all of us need to be made over. We have so many judgments for people, but you don't know what people have gone through. That's why, listen, Lord, you're going to have to do this, because if I try to do it, I'm going to mess somebody up. I'm going to traumatize them. I'm going to cause them to stumble and fall and walk away from God because of my judgmentalness. When I got stuff, but just because my stuff ain't they stuff, I somehow think I'm better than them. It's a lie from the pit of the hell. And it is a trick of the enemy designed to create division in the body for us to become a stumbling block for someone else. So now you're not just a stumbling block for you, but you're a stumbling block for somebody else. I'm a firm believer that God can make anybody over. There's no case that's too hard for him. Nobody that's too far gone for him. But it's our job to just love people. We can't even do that. We can't even love the people. We so busy telling God what they can't do and what they shouldn't be able to do, and how they shouldn't be able or allowed to do this, or they shouldn't be able or allowed to do that. Well, check this out. Before Paul became Paul, he was Saul, and he was a murderer of Christians, murderer of followers of Christ, murderers of those people. I'm talking about stone them dead, kill those people. Saul, before he became Paul. But once he became Paul, and him becoming Paul didn't happen because somebody was judging him. It happened because he had an encounter. And when you have an encounter with God, anything he wants to change in you, baby, he knows how to do it. He knows what to say. He knows how to talk to you. He knows how to deal with you. Listen, God knows me. He knows me. He knows I'm going to be real with him, and I'm going to be straight up. Listen, y'all can be running around here acting like you this and you that, and you don't this and you don't that. Listen, if I do it, I do it. If I do it, I do it. If I'm big enough to do it, I'm big enough to say it. If I'm bold enough to do it, I'm bold enough to confess it publicly. Because what you're not going to do is pull something out of a closet on me. No, I'm telling my own self. For you tell on me, I'm going to tell on my own self. And then I'm going to correct your story if you get it wrong. I'm going to need you to get that wrong. You didn't see my live when I talked about that. See, that's how, when we hold on to things and hide things, that's how the enemy hinders us with shame. He wants to make us feel shame and guilt and dirty and unworthy. But you can't let the enemy hold you in shame and bondage. That's why people don't know what to do with me, because I tell everything. I tell too much. I put too much of my business out there. But if I put it out there, I ain't got to worry about nobody else putting it out there. And if they do, I've already told it. So I know that this is a season where we need the Lord to make us over. Y'all do with it what you will. But as for me, I'm asking him not just to show me the cute stuff. I want to see the stuff that I need to see, the stuff that I need to change in order for me to be who he needs me to be, because I'm not her yet. I am her. She's in me, but I haven't fully manifested her because I still got stuff, still got layers. Still got layers. And that's what people need to know. People look at people in leadership and think they've got it all together. And then they feel bad about themselves. And they say, well, I'll never be able to be like that. Give people hope. Hope that they can make it. Hope that they can do it. That you ain't got to be perfect for God to love you or to use you or for you to be called. You just got to be willing. And that's one thing God knows about me. I'm willing. I'm willing to go. I'm willing to say. I'm willing to do. I'm even willing to endure stuff for him and for his name's sake. I know we say the scripture, but enduring stuff for his name's sake is not always easy. It hurts. It hurts your feelings. It hurts your heart. It hurts. But it doesn't mean you don't do it. You just got to grow up and endure what you got to endure like a good soldier. See, the problem is y'all want to be on this journey, but y'all don't want to be soldiers. Don't y'all remember the song? I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. Listen, we're soldiers. We're called to be soldiers, warriors. And y'all running around here trying to sit down somewhere and be prissy. No, you're called to be a soldier. That means that you're going to take some blows. Don't take some blows. But if you got your armor on, you're pretty protected. Your places of vulnerability will be limited. But if one of those areas that you're vulnerable in gets hit, God is the master physician and he will heal you. I like Paul, who was once Saul, for a number of reasons. And one of them is that he was being real with them people. He said, listen, I went to the Lord and I said, Lord, I need you to remove this thorn from me. I got a thorn in my side and I need you to remove it. And I went to God 3 times. And he said, my grace is sufficient. So check this out. If God's grace is sufficient for Paul, who was once Saul, who was a killer of those who followed after Christ, why would you think his grace is not sufficient for you? Why would you think that you can't allow him to make you over and allow his grace to cover you in the process? Yeah, some people are going to judge you. They will. And it's okay. They're going to have a lot to say about you. They will. This is what I had to come to grips with, right? Either I was going to please people or I was going to please God. And if I wanted to please God, I wasn't always going to please people. And there would be people who would never agree with me, never see me for who God has made me to be. Never, didn't matter what I did. It reminds me of when I was in college. When I went off to college, I went to the University of Kentucky. I grew up in a small town in Kentucky. I was the only Black in my classes and gifted and talented. Like, I was the only Black, right? And so I got an academic scholarship to the University of Kentucky. Of course, today they would say I got a scholarship because I was Black, right? I got a scholarship because I was brilliant. Being Black was a bonus, okay? But I was brilliant. Don't get it twisted. So I remember we were going to the student center. And this white guy, he was in a Camaro or a Trans Am or something like that. It was a nice car. And we were going across the parking lot, and he said, "Get out of the way, N-words." Now, y'all listen. I grew up in a small town. I told y'all I was only Black in my classes and all that, you know. So the Black people felt like I was Uncle Tom. So I wasn't Black enough for the Black people, hood enough for the Black people, but I also wasn't white enough for the white people. So I was in that in between. But I remember, you know, I had to get a little gangster about myself, right? You know, I didn't grow up in the hood. I did not, but I had to get some hood about me, okay? I had to get some fighter in me, okay? So I remember telling him, "Get out the car and say that. Girl, hold my bag. I bet you won't get out the car and say that." Now listen, truth be told, if that white boy had got out that car, I would have ran. But he didn't get out because I'm talking a big game. He drove on about his business, okay? And I remember realizing some things. I remember realizing that it didn't matter what I accomplished. When I went to the University of Nebraska, Lincoln, the secretaries thought that I had stolen their checks out of their purses. Like, I'm a professor and you're a secretary, and I'm not demeaning secretaries or administrative assistants at all. But why I gotta be the one that took your check? Okay, what? Why I gotta be the one? Oh, because I'm Black. And I remember I had an epiphany that it didn't matter. Because I used to think it mattered. I used to think if I was a good Negro, that white people would accept me. I used to think that if I was a good Negro, they would see me differently. I used to think that if I just, you know, went along to get along, that I wouldn't have problems and I wouldn't really be treated like Black people are treated. But I discovered that wasn't the case. That it didn't matter how much money I had. It didn't matter how many degrees I had. It didn't matter what titles I had. There would always be some people who saw me as just an N-word. But that ain't my business. You know what's my business? To know how God sees me. So when I tell y'all I got a handful of scriptures that I hold on to, I mean that. I don't know the Bible back and forth. I don't know where everything is. But his word have I hid in my heart. Y'all hear that? Y'all, I don't know where that is in the Bible. But I know that his word I have hid in my heart. I think that's in Psalm somewhere. That word have I hid in my heart. I don't know. I don't know. See, some of y'all will be like, "Oh, well, what kind of pastor is she? What kind of apostle is she? That she don't know the Bible like that." And I don't. And I have no shame. Do you know why? This is what God told me. God told me there are some things that I'm not going to allow you to do because you're going to allow people to know that they can love me and serve me and not know where everything is, but know how to find everything they need. Because guess what I can do? Google, Siri, Alexa. I can ask them where it is and it will tell me. Okay? So is located in Florida. See what I'm saying? Hey, Daddy. I love you too. Kareem said, I learned that lesson too, and I couldn't stand being the exception Black person. Someone said, me too, on a few scriptures in my heart. But the word of God, like if you hide the word in your heart, I promise you, it will come up. Right, April? She always listen. I didn't even say her name loud. You see what I'm saying? You can't even whisper her name because she just. Now the other one didn't say nothing, but her, she hear everything. She catch everything. Okay. I remember this, y'all. Oh, thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. Psalm 119:11. There you go. I thought it sounded like a psalm. It sounded like a psalm to me. It sounded like something David said. So listen, check this out. I remember my senior year in high school. I was in a play. I did a lot of theater and stuff. And I remember one of the white guys in my class said, "Veronica, you're not like other N-words." First of all, why did he feel comfortable saying that to me? That said a lot to me about me and how I showed up. I had distanced myself so much from Black people that he felt like he could say that to me, right? And then I said, "Oh, thank you." Wait, I look back on it and I'm like, girl, really, that's how you responded? I did. I thought that I was somehow different. And the stuff that affected other Black people wouldn't affect me. But it did. It did. But what has affected me the most is knowing who I am in God. Because, baby, let me tell you something. I don't care what you call me. You got me what you want to. God calls me a child of God, his daughter, his friend. I am a friend of God. Listen, you call me what you want to. I know who I am. Now, don't call me too many things because, I lay hands. And God is still working on me. Pastor, God is still working on me. I ain't all the way delivered, okay? I lay hands without oil. So, and God knows that about me. Now, I don't just go out here just willy-nilly laying hands, but I will lay hands. Just try not, Dr. V, okay? Pastor said me too. My baby said, fearfully and wonderfully made. Yes, Summerlin, God is making me. Hey, Lady Michelle, how you doing, woman of God? You talking about she your friend even when you don't need her. Just like God, he's always there. She is always there and always listening. So y'all, look, when I tell y'all the stuff I tell y'all, I'm not just saying stuff to say stuff. I'm telling y'all this because we've got Pastor was talking about this. Let me put this man up here. I just got to tell y'all why I love this man right here. I'm going to tell y'all something. I love him. I love him. Now, listen, I love that man of God right there. I love him. I'm talking about I love him, okay? And I'm going to tell you why I love him. Everybody didn't have the same understanding or the same revelation, okay? And I notice that a lot of times, particularly in the Bible Belt or very religious areas, people's understanding is not always in alignment with the full word of God. Now, in their mind it is. I don't have time to judge. I ain't judging nobody. I'm just saying it's not in alignment with what God has revealed to me about who he is and who we are in him. Okay. So I love him because of his understanding of God and what God is doing in this season. I love him because he loves God's people. He loves God. I love him because he is a true prophet of the Most High. I love him because he's about God's business no matter what. You can be mad at him, you can feel some type of way, you can do whatever you want to, but he gonna be about God's business and he gonna protect the sheep. He's gonna do that, right? I love him because he doesn't try to squeeze us out. You understand? He don't try to squeeze us. He understands the assignment that my husband and I have, and that when I showed up in my husband's life, my husband's assignments kind of shifted somewhat, right? So I love him because he does all that, right? And that's great. But listen, most importantly, I love him because he's God's. He belongs to God. He belongs to God. All that other stuff is bonus. I love him because he belongs to God. And he is fearfully and wonderfully made. And he is the apple of God's eye. And I'll fight you about that man. Told y'all I lay hands. I'll fight you about him. Not everybody is going to have your back. Some people will have your back in your face. They'll have your front, but they won't have your back, because once your back turns, they're going to be in agreement with whoever is saying whatever. But that's not who he is. He's not that. Hey, Apostle, how you doing? Amen, Summerlin. Amen. Pastor, that's real. I'm being very real, because this man has spoken into my life. He knew who I was when my husband said, "This is my fiance, Veronica." And y'all know I don't do that Veronica too much. Y'all know that now. He said, "You a prophetess." And y'all know I don't use prophetess, I use prophet. But he said, "You a prophetess. Listen, you a prophetess." He said, "I know you're a prophetess." I didn't go in saying, "Oh, I do this. I got this many followers. I'm this, I'm that." I just went in, right? But he knew who I was. And he honored me without the introduction that set the stage, because he honored me for who God showed him I was. Listen, all the titles that I possess, whatever Pastor DeLoach called me, I'm going to answer to. You understand? When I am at Fresh Start, I'm a prophet. I'm there as the prophet. I'm not there as the apostle. I'm there as the prophet. That's the position that I'm in when I'm there. And I honor that. And I'll never try to overtalk him or overdo him or undermine him. I would never do that, because the man has an assignment that is a huge assignment. But what I will do is try to find every way that I can support him in completing his assignment and fulfilling his assignment. And he is the same way with us. You need people like that in your life. You need people like that. If nobody else did anything for my birthday, Pastor made sure he put a little something in my hand. He put a little something in my hand. And his little something ain't little. Oh, Pastor said, "I love you. You real and you keep it real." Amen, Pastor. Amen. Someone said, "You bad too. And lots of time you make me mad. But baby girl, I'm growing." Listen, I know y'all be mad at me. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I don't mind. You got to be mad at somebody. Be mad at me till you can be mad at you. Listen, it's all right. I can take it. I'm big enough. There was a time when I didn't think I could, but the Lord has been making me over. And he's given me the ability to hold things that I didn't think I would ever be able to hold. He's given me the ability to give people grace in ways that I didn't think I would ever be able to. He's given me the ability to allow people to grow at their pace without cutting them off because they're getting on my nerves. He's given me that. That's God. That's God. That's not about me. That's God. It's about me in that I'm willing to allow him to do it. Y'all, I'm going to tell you something. If we're in a season where God is going to connect you with people, my God, today, God is going to connect you with people, and their assignment is to have grace with you as you grow, but to tell you the truth. I need y'all to learn to love truth. I need you to learn to love truth and to be able to receive truth and to accept truth, because truth is not variable. It just is. Truth is not, it's not your truth or my truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's God's truth, right? So when God is telling you the truth about you, you don't always like it. I don't always like the truth about me. I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't always like the truth about me, but it doesn't make it not the truth just because I don't like it. Yesterday, I tried to say I'm a little spoiled. They said, no, you a lot of spoiled. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. But it was the truth. I'm a lot of spoiled. Apostle Proctor, listen, that food was so good. That was an excellent suggestion. Jason said, I appreciate you. You do be hitting hard with those blows you give. And I don't try to, and I want y'all to understand, I never try to throw a blow that would take you out. And I'm not even trying to throw blows. And I think the reason that the Lord gave me that this was a prophetic drive-by was that sometimes, you know, in a drive-by, you gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit. Someone said, you bring stuff out of people that is hidden and necessary. Amen. Truth is not variable. It does not change. And it does not, prophetess. It does not. So check this out. Check this out. I want y'all to catch this, right? So when God told me to do a school of the prophets, I felt like, excuse me, who am I to do that? Because, you know, I didn't sit under this person or sit under that person. But God has been very specific in my training. Right? There's a generation of prophets that God is raising up who are not religious. They're not religious, but they have a prophetic assignment on their life. They're called to be prophets in multiple places, in the marketplace, in the educational realm, in the political realm. They're called to be prophets in the entertainment world. Listen, the 7 mountains of influence. There are prophets that are called to the 7 mountains, right? Religion is one mountain. That's just one mountain. But there are prophets that are called to all of these different mountains because there is something that God needs the people to be able to hear and to see. They need a prophetic voice. They don't just need a voice. They need a prophetic voice. When God places a prophet in a leadership position, it's because that the organization or the people need someone with foresight, not hindsight. Yeah, you can look at what's happened in the past, but when God puts a prophet in a position, a leadership position, he needs someone with foresight so that they can see the future, so that they can lay out the vision. They can write the vision and make it plain so that they who read it might run and not faint. I don't know everything. This one thing I do know. Forgetting those things that lie behind, I press on toward the mark of the high calling in Christ Jesus. I may not have it all figured out. I may not have it all together, but baby, one thing I can do is I can keep going. God is looking for some people who will keep going. I messed up yesterday, God, but I ain't got time to be stuck on yesterday because there's something I got to do today. There's something I got to do today. There's something you got to do today. You still upset about something that happened 3 weeks ago, a place that you missed the mark or you fell short or your character flaw showed up and you still beating yourself up about that. So guess what? You can't go forward because you're stuck in the past. Baby, you better dust your shoulder off. See, oh, y'all think that those songs, you know, those secular songs, they have no value. Baby, it said, if you're feeling like a boss, then dust your shoulders off. Listen, you got to learn to dust your shoulders off. And the problem in the church is we don't know how to dust our shoulders off. We're so busy trying to just turn cheeks that we ain't dusting off what needs to be dusted off. So it's still on our shoulder, even though we turning our cheek, we still remember it. We still holding on to it, and we going to get our lick back. We going to get our lick back. We just waiting for the right time to get our lick back. But this is a season where God is calling us to be made over so that our motivations, our motives would be pure, so that we can deal with our character flaws because we all have them. And if you think you don't have them, then you probably got pride. If you say you don't have no character flaws, you got pride and you're a liar. I ain't saying you told a lie. I'm telling you, you're a liar. Because you standing in the lie. You living in the lie. No, I don't have any character flaws. You're a liar. Why are you lying? all have character flaws. We are all works in progress. I don't care who you are, what your title is, or what ministry you over, or what you do. I don't care about that. Everybody has character flaws. Some people are further along in working with them, but there are levels to this, y'all. Didn't I tell y'all that? It's like peeling back an onion. And the more you peel, the more the tears begin to roll, because more stuff comes up and you realize more things about yourself. The difference between me and a lot of people in leadership is that I'm going to share mine publicly. I'm going to say it out my mouth. So I say the stuff that other people think but don't want to say. Now let's check this out. Check this out. So my nephew, when I first met him, he had said some stuff, and I wasn't with it. I don't even know you like that, boy. Don't be talking to me like that, okay? But he said this. He said, I just say the stuff that other people think but won't say. Now, that's definitely our family, okay? That's definitely our family. It definitely is, right? But, baby, that thing right there made me so mad, I cussed that boy. I cussed him. The pastor, apostle, prophet cussed him. I did. I cussed him. And I left, because if I hadn't left, I might would have laid hands, and then I would have had to fight my sister. Okay? So listen, I said the best thing for me to do is to leave. But it is the truth. It is the truth. He was right. I'm going to have to call him and apologize. I'm going to have to call him and apologize. I'm like, no, he need to call me and apologize. I'm going to have to call him and apologize. I am. See, that's what growth is. That's what maturity is. We're busy trying to hold on to stuff. We're throwing temper tantrums and being kids. When the word says that when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I acted as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Having to be right about everything is childish. That's a childish thing. Pride is a childish thing. Y'all, we got to get rid of the childish things and let the Lord make us over. So when God told me to do the School of the Prophets, I didn't feel like what I had was valuable enough to do the school. I didn't feel like I had the right credentials. I didn't feel like people would receive me. But there's a group of people who not only will receive me, but have been waiting on me to do this, begging me to do it for years. And I'm just like, I'm not going to be able to do it. Well, so-and-so got a class. Well, this person got a class. Well, that person got a class. They're like, no, I want to take it with you. Well, why do you want to take it with me? What makes me so different? What makes me different? Why you want to take it with me? And God began to show me that I move differently, and that he's given me a grace with people. A grace with people who are called to prophetic ministry, but don't know how to do it. They think it, but they're scared of it because they don't want to be called a prophet. They don't want to be wrong. They don't want to be out there. Like, they're scared of it because they've had some bad experiences with prophets. Y'all, people be having bad experiences with prophets. I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen, listen. April said a unique grace. And I do. God gave it to me. And he also gave me some, I teach by the Spirit of God. Like, I know most people, and as an educator, we're taught, you have everything mapped out. But I'm going to tell y'all what I've learned. What I've learned is the first time I teach a thing, God is going to give me some of it, but then he's going to flesh it out as I do it, because he wants me to know that it ain't me, it's him. He's going to flesh it out as I do it. Now, that's just how he does me. I ain't saying that he got to do everybody like that. That's how he does me. So this first prophetic class is going to be very special. This first group in this prophetic boot camp, like, y'all are going to get manna. Like, it's going to be fresh manna, because it's going to come straight from the mouth of God. And I'm going to tell y'all something about how God has been moving in me. It's been a fresh oil. It's an oil that I haven't operated in before. It's an oil. When I was elevated and affirmed as an apostle, there was another level of oil that began to drip off of me, right? And God has been, he's just been doing things. It's different. It's not the same. So what I know is, who said this? What did someone say? Jason said, I cried many days because God exposed something in my character in here, but I went back and apologized to them. Listen, because you can't stay stuck. Someone said, and I ain't talking about hitting me on my head and spitting in my eye so I can drop to the floor and don't understand nothing of what you just did. Oh, my God. Come on now. A lot of prophets are most cantankerous, mean, and nasty. Yeah. Pastor said, wow, that was the name of the service I went to last night. Fresh oil. My God. Yeah, I'm telling you, God is doing this new thing, right? And this is a different oil. This is a different oil. Now listen, I'm oily now. I'm oily. One thing about me, I'm oily. You get close to me, the oil is going to get on you, right? But this oil is different. It is a matured oil. It is an aged oil. It is an oil that comes with wisdom. Okay? See, you can be oily and not have wisdom and mess people up, right? So, wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom is the principal thing, right? And so, what God is doing in this season looks different for me. It's not what it's always been. It doesn't show up the same way it's always shown up. And it's because he's given me wisdom. Listen, I knew God had given me wisdom when something happened and I didn't pop off and I didn't say anything and I maintained my composure, but I didn't leave the church. That's God. That's God right there. Because there was a time when I would have said, F these church people and mean it. You understand? But God said, no, I have need of you in the building. Okay? I have need of you in the building. And you can't let what would have taken you out in past seasons take you out this season. This is a new season. The devil should have got me when he could, because this season, oh, bro, you ain't getting me. I got too much to do. God got plans for me. And I'm getting ready to be able to be used by him to do all the things that he desires for me to do. I will raise up prophets, a generation of prophets who understand who they are and understand how not to abuse the office of the prophet, who understand that everything you see, you ain't got to say, to understand that, yes, listen, seed sowing that's scriptural. That's scriptural. You take an offering to the prophet. You don't go to the prophet empty-handed, right? But it is not something to be used as a tool of manipulation. No, you got to learn to hear from God and be accountable to God. See, I'm not so much worried about people. I'm worried about God. I don't want God to get me because he gets me. He'll wake me up at 4:00 in the morning because I ain't handled my husband right. Hey, you ain't handling him right. And I be like, man, he need to hurry up. He's like, you don't tell me what to do and how to do it. I'm like, but God, you need to, because you said we were going to do this and it's taking too long. You don't determine the time. We on my schedule, not yours. But I just want to go on it. Cut it. 4:00 in the morning. He couldn't do that at 7. He couldn't let me get up good. No. Oh, no, I'm going to wake you up for this because I need you to know how special he is to me. Oh, you think you're the only one special to me? You're not. But I'm the only one. I'm the only one doing your work, Lord. I'm the only. No, you're not, Elijah. You're not. Get over yourself. God don't play about his people. Not just about you, but about his people, period. So this class, these 12 weeks that we're going to spend together is going to be about character development too. You got to build your character. A prophet with bad character is dangerous. How do I know? I was one. I'm going to tell y'all that I wasn't a prophet with bad character. I was. And he's still yet working on my character. The class starts October 30th, prophetess. October 30th. Yeah, it's October 30th through January, I think the 22nd or the 29th, something like that. Yeah. So I say all that to say this. It's not for everybody. First of all, it's only 15 spots and now it's only 13. It's not for everybody, but those that it's for, you'll know it's for you. And it's not to, oh my God, I really want to help y'all with this. It's not just for people who, it's for the sharpening of iron. It's for the sharpening of iron. That's what it is. It's for the sharpening of iron. They're going to be people at varying levels in their prophetic journey. But this is what I'm going to tell you. If you feel compelled to take it, there's a reason. And it may be that there's something that you need to give to the people who are in there that only can come from you. Okay. So in order to register for the class, let me pull it up. You're going to go to bit.ly/Dr. V Prophetic BC, bit.ly/Dr. V Prophetic BC. So the basic training is $369. $369 is the 12-week class. It's 2 hours a class. You get 12 2-hour classes. That's the basic training. The VIP is those 12 2-hour classes that you get with basic training. Plus, there will be 6 VIP classes, and then you'll have 3 private classes, that one-on-one individual. So the VIP classes are going to be group 2, but it's just going to be the VIP group. So those are smaller. I currently have 3 VIP slots. The VIP slots are, I want to say $639. But if you do it with someone, 2 people can do the VIP for $963, I think. But log in, you'll see it. You'll see the prices. And Afterpay is available. You can do payments. I've got where you can do your first payment to secure your spot. But you're going to want to secure your spot, because once the spots are gone, the spots are gone, because I'm limiting it intentionally. I'm intentionally limiting it so that it won't be a lot of people. Because if you deal with a lot of prophets, baby, listen, I ain't got time to be cussing the prophets out. And I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for no extra warfare, dealing with no prophets that are mad and bitter. I ain't got time for that, right? So I got to keep it small enough so that I can emotionally manage what's going to happen as it relates to me and my mantle. Okay? So you got to understand, this isn't just about y'all. It's going to affect me. Okay. So I've got to have the emotional resources to be able to navigate all of the different stuff, because prophets come with stuff. Okay. All the different stuff, the hurt, the wounds, because there's going to be healing that takes place here too. So you can't be a healthy prophet, a healthy, effective prophet, and not be healed. You got to be on a healing journey. You have to. You have to. And the problem is, there's a lot of wounded prophets out there that are wounding other people. How do I know? I've been one. Okay. So I need y'all to know that I'm going to be speaking from experience. It won't just be me. I'll have other prophets that come in and share. We'll have a prophetic council. We'll have a council of prophets where you guys will get an opportunity to experience that. You will prophesy. You will use your gift, right? It's going to be a safe place for you to use your gift, for you to hone your gift without fear. The whole point is teaching you how to tap into your gift and allow God to use you without you getting in the way. Your pride, your ego, all of that. So you can register at bit.ly/DRV Prophetic BC. bit.ly/DRV Prophetic BC. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this because I believe in being totally transparent. Okay. It's going to be some people in there that it may be friction with. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be some people in there that you may have friction with. It's going to be friction. So I don't want you coming in thinking there's not going to be friction. There's going to be friction. There's going to be some people that you don't really resonate with. You don't really be feeling them. It's going to be some people in there like that. Why? Because you have to have that in order to learn how not to allow your personal feelings about people to interfere with your ability to speak God's word into their life. Yeah, this ain't easy. This ain't easy. It's a mantle. Mantles have weight. And so you'll be learning how to handle the weight of the mantle. So, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. We start October 30th, which is a Monday night. It'll be 2 hours. Y'all, when I tell you that I've been trying not to do this for so long, I know that God is going to do some mighty stuff in it. I know he is. I know this is going to be a whole book. When I finish, this is going to be a book. I know it's going to be a book because it's going to be revelation that he gives me, because he always gives me revelation. Whatever I'm teaching, he always gives me revelation. He gives me rhema word. Like, he gives me stuff that I'm just like, ooh, wow. Ooh, I never saw that like that. So just know that. Just know that it's all of that. It's going to be all of that. Okay. All right. So y'all, listen, I'm excited. I'm excited because we're in a position where we can allow the Lord to make us over again. I'm excited about that. Look, if this word has blessed you, you've been blessed by the word, and you want to sow a seed into the life of the prophet, you can by going to Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Now, y'all are not paying me for the word that I just gave you, because you don't have enough money to pay me for the word that I just gave you, for the revelation that was released today. You don't have enough money to pay me for it, okay? But that is a seed that you sow into the ground, knowing that it is good ground and it will produce. Because I'm going to tell you something. Remember those 10 days that God told us about last week? October the 22nd is day number 10. God is doing some things that's going to blow your mind over these 10 days. Just watch what he does. Watch what he does. He's already doing it. I feel different. I'm telling y'all, I feel different. I know that God is working. Keep allowing him to work in your life. I pray that this word has blessed you, that you've gotten something that you can use, something to encourage you, to keep you going, something to move you a little further down the road so you can ease on down the road. Listen, don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Come on and ease on down the road. Drop those loads, those weights that so easily beset you, so that you can walk into this season of your life unencumbered, not weighed down, and allow God to just make you over. Have an amazing, incredible, and blessed day, because I love you with the love of the Lord, and I love you to life and life more abundant. Be blessed. Mwah.